Alright guys, so we're going to do a quick and dirty lesson today on the difference between hip extension and hip extension with a lower back hyperextension. Alright, so hip extension is when I finish any type of explosive movement or hip opening by fully straightening my hips. So now my spine's in a neutral position, my butt squeezed straight up and down. Hyperextension of my low back is when I run out of range of motion in my hips, and thus I finish by hyperextending my low back. So you should see it here a little bit in the video. Hip extension, just squeezing my butt, standing up straight and tall at the top, or that low back hyperextension where I run out of range of motion and then have to compensate by using my low back as a second hip joint. You'll see this in any type of hip extension, whether a deadlift finish or a kettlebell swing or an Olympic lift. One more time, hip extension, or even with the jump, hip extension, right, versus low back hyperextension, or low back hyperextension with a jump. So notice the difference in the finish. All right? So hopefully that gives you a little bit better understanding of the difference between hip extension and hip extension with low back hyperextension.